UT Tyler TV presents Everyday Crafts. Today on the show we have Paige Lemons with How to Mosaic.
Hi there and welcome to Everyday Crafts. Today I will teach you how to mosaic for gifts or just for fun. This is a great Christmas gift to give or just for anything or just for your own do-it-yourself kind of thing. So the different supplies you're going to need are a hammer to smash your tiles, a towel just in case it gets a little messy, and then you'll need gloves and then grout. You can get different colors of grout. I just like to go with the plain because it really brings out the colors and everything. And then you need a sponge and then some glue. You can use like Mod Podge or just any kind of glue, something, just some kind of adhesive that will hold the tiles down. Then of course tiles and a spoon and then a bowl and water. Okay, and now the first thing you want to do is pick out different color tiles. You can go with anything. I mean, I just grabbed some random colors that came in a package together, so I'm just going to do this. And you just put them in a plastic bag, and you can actually use a towel clipper, but I actually like to use a hammer more because it just gives you like a different texture, and you don't have to, I don't really like it so precise. I like it like my mosaic more abstract. And so I'm going to take it in the towel like this and kind of spread them out so you get to break all of them evenly. And you just take your hammer and then you just beat lightly. Sorry, it's kind of loud. Okay, and then you'll actually get this finished product where you'll have your different types of tiles of different sizes and stuff. And that's why I really like to do it the hammer effect rather than with towel clippers, because you get different shapes and sizes and you can kind of make it like your own puzzle with it. And so the next thing you're going to do is take your coaster, which you can also use different pots or, you know, like a cement stone. You can pretty much mosaic anything. That's why I love it. It's such a good craft. So you take your glue, and then you want to glue each piece with just like a little bit of glue. You don't want to like do it overbearing because then it's going to seep out the sides and it's going to take even more time to dry. So you just place it down like this. And then you just kind of make your own little puzzle piece. And you can actually do, sometimes you can just lay out the pieces before you even start mosaicing to see what you actually want your design to look like. And so you just continue to do this process until you find out what kind of shape you want. And these coasters make great gifts because it's really a cheap craft, and if you don't know really what a person likes, everyone can use coasters. So you just continue to do this. And there's tons of different shapes and stuff you can find on the internet, and just different, it's kind of like coloring by number almost. And there's just different shapes you can use and all that. So you just continue to do this process, and then you have to allow this to dry for about 1 to 3 days so all your pieces really get in place. And just continue to do this process until you figure out the design you want. But stay tuned, and we're going to finish out our grouting next after the commercial break.
Are you a terrible cook? Does your food taste bland?
Why does my food taste so bad? Food tastes so boring. What can I do to make it better?
If this is you, then you need Extremeness Flavor Seasoning. Extremeness Flavor Seasoning is the perfect seasoning to add to savory meals such as beef, chicken, pork, and any other meal that needs a flavor makeover.
Wow, this is the best food I've ever made.
Buy now for only $9.95 and we'll throw in a second one free. Just call 1-800-EXTREME today.
Welcome back to Everyday Crafts. I've been showing you the simple steps to create your own mosaic. Now let's finish this do-it-yourself with finishing the grouting. So this was the coaster that I was working on before the commercial break, and we were gluing the pieces, and so we can't really exactly grout before, like right after you glue, or your tile's just going to fall right off. And so I've completed this coaster. And so the next thing we're going to do is make our grout. And like I said, you can get grout in any color you want to. I just prefer just the white or like a neutral color because it really brings out the tiles. And the one thing you want to make sure of when you're doing this is that you don't put too much water while you're doing your grout, because you can always add more water and you want your grout to be thick. So always just add a little bit of water to your grout. And so you just pour a little bit in at a time, because you want it almost like a cement consistency. I'm going to add a little bit more grout. And you can buy like little bags of grout like this, or you can buy a large bucket of it too. And so, like I said before, don't add too much water, because then you can't go back. You can always add more water, but you can't take it out necessarily. So it should start to look like a cement paste like this. Just like that. And then the next thing you want to do is put on your gloves, which I only have one. Maybe. Okay, and then you can use it. They make scrapers for mosaic too, which I just like to work with my hands because it gets more in the cracks like you want and everything. And so I just like to pick it up like this from the bowl and just start to spread it in between the cracks. And this is just, like I said, it's a good gift, or it's just a fun weekend project. I like to do it on flower pots too, or tables, or anything like that, to give it a little more something to it. And then you just continue to spread it throughout, and you want it to be pretty thick as well. And that's the other thing, is that you want to leave at least like an 1/8 of an inch between the tiles, so your grout can set the tiles. That's the whole purpose of the grout, is it's a setter more than just the glue itself, because the glue is just holding the tiles down, and this is what really sets the tiles in. And so after you spread it, you just want to make sure everything's in. And then the next thing you want to do is get your sponge and pour a little bit of water on it. And then you just scrape the grout from the tiles like this. And it gets a little messy. But you just continue to scrape until you get all of the grout off. And then after you do this and you're satisfied, which it's better when you let your grout kind of dry a little bit, you can just wipe it off with a towel, the different grout in between. And that's how you make your coasters. And like I said, you can do this with pots or tables or any household items that you have around the store. And thank you for joining us today.